The Pfizer vaccine has been administered to more than 86 million people in the United States. So what is the process of getting the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine like? And what impact does it have on the body? Here's everything you need to know about the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. There has been a little bit of confusion about the two-step process associated with the Pfizer vaccine, so here's the info. The manufacturer of the vaccine is Pfizer Inc. and BioNTech. It is an mRNA vaccine and must be administered in 2 different shots, each shot being 21 days apart. It's given in the upper arm and it can be administered to anyone 16 and older as recommended by the Centers for Disease Control. After the first dose, the second should be given after 21 days, but before 42 days. For optimal vaccine effectiveness. So why the 2 shots? As noted by Healthline, the mRNA vaccine works with the cells in your body and creates the proteins necessary to keep your body functioning well. The mRNA that is in the Pfizer vaccine gives your body's cells a set of instructions that it then uses to create the spike protein that works to protect you from COVID. So if you're getting the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, make sure you go for that second appointment. For anyone concerned about potentially having an allergic reaction to the Pfizer vaccine, check the ingredient list online and consult with your doctor. Pulmonary medicine specialist Dr. Jafar Abu Nasser told Health Essentials that common allergies like hay fever or nut allergies aren't an area of concern. But if you have hesitations, speak up, he told the outlet. I will always tell someone who has an immunologist to talk about their concerns with their doctor since they know your individual case and can tell from your records or tests what you are actually allergic to. The CDC suggests that if you have ever had a serious and/or immediate allergic reaction to any of the included ingredients in the vaccine, you should not get the COVID vaccine. Similarly, if you have an immediate allergic reaction to your first Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, even if it's not serious, you should not get the second dose. Once you're cleared to get it, what side effects should you expect?
The good news is the side effects are temporary and they're minor.
Like the flu vaccine, the Pfizer jab goes into the upper part of your arm, and there are some common side effects that may present themselves at the area at which it's administered. According to the CDC, you may experience redness, pain, or swelling in the area where you receive the vaccine. Of course, everyone is different, so you may experience these side effects or you may not. It varies person to person. There are some other side effects that should be noted that impact other areas of your body, rather than just the point of vaccination. After the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, you may experience side effects including chills, nausea, fatigue, headaches, muscle pain, and fever. According to the CDC, the side effects usually materialize within a day or so of getting the vaccine and should go away in a couple days, so maybe plan to take it easy for the few days after your appointment. Given that the point of vaccination on your upper arm can get a little sore after you receive the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, it doesn't come as a surprise that people have wanted to take painkillers after the fact. The good news is that you can take painkillers like ibuprofen or aspirin after you get the vaccine. According to the CDC, you shouldn't have any concerns about taking an over-the-counter pain medication, especially if you have no other medical reasons that would cause you to normally be wary of painkillers. However, it is very important to note that the CDC does not recommend taking any kind of pain medication before getting the Pfizer vaccine. The CDC says that trying to avoid side effects by taking a painkiller before the vaccine is a bad idea and could diminish immune response, so you should wait to address side effects only when you experience them. Like a lot of vaccines that we're used to getting, such as the flu shot or the chickenpox vaccine, the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine comes with temporary setbacks. Dealing with a slight fever, body aches, and some soreness is never fun. And while most post-vaccine symptoms should go away quickly, it's important to know how to treat your body. Good thing for people who have been vaccinated or are waiting for their turn, the CDC has a list of practices you can do to help heal from the vaccine as quickly as possible. Your arm could be a bit sore, red, or swollen at and around the area you were given the actual shot of the Pfizer vaccine. In order to help with these side effects, it's recommended to apply a cool, clean, wet washcloth and let it work its magic. It is also important to exercise and use your arm like you normally would. In the aftermath of the vaccine, you should dress lightly, especially if you have a bit of a fever, and be sure to drink a lot of water. Side effects for people who have been administered the Pfizer vaccine are normal occurrences, and some people don't get any kind of post-vaccine symptoms at all. As noted by the CDC, the discomfort that you feel from the vaccine, especially the fever, is actually a good sign. It means that your body is adapting to the vaccine. But if you do get the vaccine and your body reacts in a severe way, you should call and consult your doctor. If the area where you got the vaccine continues to be sore, red, and tender, and gets worse a full 24 hours after the jab, you should talk to your doctor. It is also recommended to speak to a medical professional if you are worried about the side effects you're experiencing, or if your body's reaction to the shot, chills, fever, body aches, etc., is either staying the same or getting worse. All in all, just be aware of your body and how you're feeling. So what exactly happens to the body after the second Pfizer jab? The normal side effects that we've previously discussed can return after the second dose of the vaccine, and a decent number of people reported feeling worse than they did after the first shot. But don't be alarmed. Your body's heightened reaction to the second dose is a good sign. Dr. Deborah Powell, who serves as Tower Health's Chief of Infectious Diseases in Pennsylvania, told Healthline that the common side effects people may experience after the second vaccine are signs that the jab has triggered a response by your immune system. Basically, these side effects are a way you can tell the vaccine's doing its job. Dr. Powell said, "When you feel sick or have a fever, that's largely your body responding. It's usually a very short-term thing and much better than getting COVID and being sick for 2 weeks or in the hospital." Dr. Powell explained that the first COVID vaccine teaches the body how to respond to the virus, while the second is a boost to the system. The two shots are 90% efficient in protecting vaccinated people against the virus, as noted by the Washington Post. So what is so bad about the second dose of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, and why have so many people heard that it's far worse than the first? As noted by the New York Times, people who got the second Pfizer jab described their symptoms as flu-like. One person said that the symptoms flattened them, and another said that they were useless for 2 days. People who signed up for the vaccine study were even told to schedule time off work so they could recover from the second shot if need be. So let's break it down by the numbers so it's not super overwhelming. About 29% of people said they felt fatigued after their first Pfizer shot, whereas 50% of people said they felt fatigued after the second. Reports of muscle aches went from 17% after the first Pfizer shot to 42%, and rates of body chills and fevers went from 7% to 26%. So is there a decent chance you could feel a bit under the weather after the second Pfizer shot? Yes, but it's also 100% better than getting the coronavirus. We've spent a lot of time talking about side effects, what can happen to the body, and what to expect after getting the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. But what if you get the jab and experience no side effects? Did it work? Should you be concerned? Your answers are yes, it worked, and no, you shouldn't be worried. As noted by the New York Times, side effects and the potential risks of the vaccine typically get all the attention, but they really shouldn't. During the trial of the Pfizer vaccine, 1 in 4 patients reported having no side effects at all, so there's a good chance that you won't feel the slightest bit under the weather. Dr. Paul Offit, who sits on the Food and Drug Administration's Vaccine Advisory Panel, told The Times that those who don't experience any symptoms after their vaccine should not be worried, especially given the over 90% success rate of the shot. Unfortunately, it is still unclear why some people get side effects and others don't. There have been questions circulating around the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine and people who have previously had and recovered from the coronavirus. So here's what you need to know. As noted by the New York Times, both research and testimonies from people previously diagnosed with the coronavirus showed that some who had the virus reacted more severely to the vaccine than those who never got it. Research and experiences from those who have received the vaccine also showed that those who reacted more severely to the first jab may have had the coronavirus at some point, even if they hadn't been aware of the virus in their body. So if you had the coronavirus or you tested positive for the coronavirus antibodies, you should prepare yourself to possibly have a stronger reaction to the shot. The Times recommended possibly taking a couple of days off work, not only for your own health and well-being, but also for the peace of mind of your colleagues. Plus, a couple days in bed is always a good call if you're feeling under the weather. There's been information floating around about the side effects that come with the different vaccines, so we're going to lay out the confirmed information for you. When it comes to the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, about 18% of people experience headaches after the first dose, while 43% have headaches after the second dose, according to the CDC. For comparison, about 20% of people who receive the Moderna vaccine also develop headaches, and about 39% of those who get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine developed headaches. If fatigue is more your concern, here are the numbers. According to studies, after the first Pfizer vaccine, around 47% of people experienced fatigue, which jumped to 59% after the second shot. For those who had the first Moderna shot, 39% reported fatigue, which jumped to 68% after the second. For those who took the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine, about 38% said they felt fatigued. As far as body chills are concerned, almost 6% of people who got the first shot and 31% of those who received the second shot of Pfizer reported chills. About 9% of people who received the first Moderna vaccine experienced chills, while 48% of people had chills after the second dose. A small percentage of Johnson & Johnson vaccine recipients also reported the side effect. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Health Digest videos about health and wellness are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.